Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before we begin this video, don't forget to give it a like. It truly encourages us to keep sharing beneficial content, inshallah. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our future videos on faith, spirituality, and Islamic reminders. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah bless you, and enjoy the video. Faith and trust in Allah's plan when it comes to finding your kingdom spouse is one of the most profound and transformative journeys a believer can experience. It requires complete submission to the divine wisdom of Allah, knowing that He is the best of planners and that everything in life, including marriage and love, is written in the divine decree. In Islam, love and marriage are not seen as random acts of fate or mere coincidence. They are part of a carefully orchestrated plan by Allah to guide two hearts that are destined for one another. When a believer fully embraces this understanding, they no longer see delays, rejections, or heartbreaks as failures, but as lessons and tests designed to prepare them for the right person at the right time. Trusting Allah's plan begins with acknowledging that He knows what is best for us, even when our desires and expectations push us in a different direction. Sometimes, people become impatient, questioning why they have not yet found their ideal partner, or why their relationships seem to fail despite their efforts. However, the believer who truly has faith in Allah's decree understands that every unanswered prayer, every closed door, and every heartbreak is a form of protection. Allah removes what is harmful for us, even if we desperately want it, and He gives us what we need in His perfect timing. This concept of divine timing is crucial when it comes to finding a kingdom spouse, because love that is rushed or pursued without spiritual alignment often leads to pain and disappointment. The path to finding a spouse is also deeply intertwined with the concept of purification and preparation. Allah often delays certain blessings because He is preparing us to receive them. Just as a seed must endure time underground before it blooms into a beautiful plant, a believer may go through trials, self-discovery, and personal growth before they are truly ready to receive the partner who will complement them both emotionally and spiritually. Faith teaches us that marriage is not simply about finding someone to love us, but about finding someone who will help us become better believers and who will walk with us towards Jannah. This higher purpose behind marriage changes the way we view love. It is no longer just about passion and companionship. It becomes an act of worship and a way to fulfill a divine purpose. Prayer plays a fundamental role in this journey. A believer who wants to find the spouse that Allah has destined for them must turn to Him sincerely in prayer and supplication. Through du'as, one not only asks Allah to grant them the right spouse, but also to prepare their own heart and character to be worthy of such a blessing. Trust in Allah's plan is built through constant communication with Him, asking for guidance, clarity, and patience. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught believers to seek guidance through istikhara, a special prayer where one asks Allah to guide them towards what is best and to remove them from what's harmful. This act of seeking Allah's counsel reinforces the belief that only He knows what lies ahead and that His choices for us are always better than what we might choose for ourselves. Another important aspect of trusting Allah's plan is letting go of comparisons and societal pressures. In today's world, where social media constantly showcases seemingly perfect couples and romanticized stories, it is easy to feel left behind or unworthy. But true faith means recognizing that every journey is unique and that Allah has written a different timeline for everyone. What matters most is not how fast we find our spouse, but how well we prepare ourselves for the responsibilities and blessings of marriage. A kingdom spouse is not just someone who fulfills our emotional needs, but someone who helps us grow closer to Allah. Therefore, waiting with patience and faith is not a passive act, but an active process of becoming the best version of ourselves while trusting that Allah is aligning everything in our favor. It is also essential to remember that love and marriage are part of a greater test in life. Allah reminds us in the Quran that everything we love can also be a test, including our spouses and children. This means that finding a kingdom spouse is not the ultimate goal. Rather, It is about how we treat one another, how we support each other in faith, and how we maintain gratitude towards Allah for this blessing. A believer who truly trusts Allah understands that marriage is not the end of the journey, but the beginning of a new chapter of spiritual growth. This understanding helps to avoid unrealistic expectations of perfection, as every relationship requires patience, forgiveness, and constant effort. Ultimately, trusting Allah's plan for your kingdom spouse is an act of surrender and faith. It is choosing to believe that Allah is already working behind the scenes, orchestrating meetings, shaping hearts, and preparing the right circumstances for two souls to come together at the perfect moment. When this belief is firmly rooted in the heart, anxiety and fear begin to fade. The believer knows that they do not need to chase love desperately, because what is meant for them will never miss them, and what misses them was never meant for them. This mindset brings peace, contentment, and an unshakable hope that Allah's timing is always the best. Recognizing the signs of a kingdom spouse sent by Allah requires both spiritual awareness and emotional clarity. In Islam, marriage is considered half of one's faith, and Allah, in His infinite wisdom, guides individuals toward the partner who will complement their journey in life and in religion. A kingdom spouse is not merely someone who fulfills romantic desires, but someone who is divinely chosen to help you fulfill your purpose, grow in faith, and achieve tranquility, as described in the Quran. And among His signs is that He created for you from yourselves mates that you may find tranquility in them, and He placed between you affection and mercy. Quran 30:21. This verse highlights two critical components of recognizing the right spouse: emotional harmony and divine mercy that strengthens the bond between the two hearts. One of the first signs that someone might be your kingdom spouse is their alignment with your faith and values. A relationship that is built on the foundation of Islamic principles is likely to thrive because both partners share the same ultimate goal, the pleasure of Allah. A true kingdom spouse will encourage you to strengthen your relationship with Allah, motivate you to perform acts of worship, and guide you with kindness when you fall short. They will never pull you away from your faith, but will instead be a source of inspiration to help you become a better believer. This spiritual alignment is often accompanied by a natural sense of ease and comfort when you are with them, as if Allah has placed a special connection in both of your hearts. This sense of tranquility is a clear sign that the relationship is blessed. Another sign of a kingdom spouse is sincerity and purity of intentions. In a world where many relationships are based on superficial attraction or material gain, a spouse who is sent by Allah will approach you with honesty, respect, and noble intentions. They will seek your hand in marriage with the purpose of building a lifelong partnership, not temporary enjoyment. Their words and actions will consistently reflect integrity, and they will respect the boundaries set by Islam, such as avoiding unnecessary physical contact or inappropriate interactions before marriage. This respect for the rules of Allah is a strong indicator of their sincerity and commitment to living a life that pleases Him. Mutual respect and emotional support are also signs that a person could be your kingdom spouse. Allah places mercy and compassion between spouses, and this manifests in the way they treat each other. A kingdom spouse will not belittle or disrespect you, but rather, they will appreciate your efforts, value your opinions, and provide comfort during difficult times. Their presence in your life will bring you a sense of stability and security rather than confusion and doubt. When Allah sends the right person, there is no need for games or endless overthinking. Instead, there is clarity and mutual understanding. Another key sign is that the relationship does not require you to compromise your self-respect or your principles. Many people fall into the trap of forcing relationships that are not meant for them, often by lowering their standards or tolerating behavior that goes against their values. A kingdom spouse, however, will honor your dignity and respect your boundaries without hesitation. They will not pressure you to act against your faith or morals, and they will encourage you to uphold your identity as a believer. This is a sign that Allah has placed someone in your life who will not only love you for who you are, but also for your faith and dedication to Him. One of the most profound signs from Allah is the sense of inner peace, or sakina, that you feel when thinking about this person. This peace is different from fleeting emotions or mere attraction. It is a calmness that reassures you that the relationship is good for your soul. Sometimes, even before any official steps toward marriage, you may feel that Allah is guiding you through subtle signs such as increased clarity in your heart, positive dreams, or encouragement from trusted family members and friends who see the goodness in this person. Additionally, when Allah sends someone meant for you, the path to marriage often becomes smoother. This doesn't mean there won't be challenges, but obstacles that once seemed impossible may resolve naturally because Allah is blessing the union. It is also important to note that a kingdom spouse will see you as a partner rather than an opponent. They will want to grow with you and will value teamwork in building a life together. They understand that marriage is not about control or dominance, but about mutual rights, responsibilities, and compassion. They will be someone who is ready to lead with kindness and who values communication, forgiveness, and patience. Their character, as described by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, will reflect good manners and humility, which are key indicators of someone who could be a righteous spouse. Finally, a kingdom spouse will not only fit into your life, but will also fit into your purpose. They will share your vision for a future that revolves around faith, family, and service to Allah. Their presence will bring you closer to fulfilling your calling rather than distracting you from it. This is why it is said that when Allah sends you the right person, you will know because your life will feel more complete and your faith will grow stronger. In recognizing these signs, it is crucial to rely on Allah for guidance. Praying for clarity, performing istikhara, and seeking advice from trusted elders and scholars are essential steps in confirming whether someone is truly your kingdom spouse. While no relationship is perfect and every marriage requires effort, when Allah brings the right person, there is a unique harmony and divine blessing that sets it apart from anything else. Preparing spiritually and personally before marriage is essential when waiting for the kingdom spouse that Allah is bringing into your life. This preparation is not simply about outward readiness or planning a wedding. It is a deep, inner transformation that aligns your heart, mind, and soul with the values and responsibilities of a blessed marriage. Islam teaches that marriage is a sacred contract and a form of worship, so entering it without proper spiritual and personal growth can lead to challenges that could have been avoided through preparation. First, spiritual preparation involves strengthening your relationship with Allah. This means consistently engaging in acts of worship, such as prayer, reading the Quran, making dua, supplication, and seeking forgiveness. These practices purify the heart and bring you closer to Allah, allowing you to better understand His will and develop patience in His timing. A heart that is connected to Allah is less likely to be swayed by fleeting emotions or worldly desires, which can often cloud judgment when choosing a spouse. Spiritual growth helps you recognize the qualities that truly matter in a kingdom spouse: faith, kindness, patience, and sincerity, rather than focusing solely on superficial traits. Alongside worship, self-reflection is key. This means honestly examining your own character, habits, and intentions. Ask yourself if you are ready to fulfill the responsibilities of marriage, which include patience, sacrifice, and compromise. It is also important to identify and work on personal weaknesses that might negatively affect a relationship. For example, if you struggle with anger or impatience, this is the time to seek self-improvement through Islamic teachings and counseling if needed. Becoming aware of your strengths and areas for growth allows you to enter marriage as a better partner, capable of giving love and support. Another crucial part of preparation is developing emotional maturity. Marriage requires communication, empathy, and the ability to resolve conflicts peacefully. Learning how to manage emotions, listen actively, and express yourself respectfully will build a strong foundation for a healthy relationship. Emotional readiness also includes setting clear boundaries and understanding what is acceptable behavior before and after marriage, guided by Islamic principles. Practical knowledge about marriage roles and rights is often overlooked but very important. Studying the Sunnah and the Quran regarding spousal duties, mutual rights, and the concept of mercy between spouses equips you with realistic expectations. It prepares you to contribute positively to your marriage and avoid misunderstandings. Seeking advice from married couples or scholars can provide valuable insights into how to navigate the ups and downs of married life. True love in marriage, especially when it is a blessing from Allah, transcends the simple feelings of attraction or infatuation that many people often associate with love. It is a deep, spiritual bond rooted in mercy, compassion, and mutual support, as described in the Quran, and He placed between you affection and mercy, Quran 30:21. This love is not only about emotions, but about a commitment to uphold each other's dignity, help one another grow in faith, and navigate life's challenges together. When Allah blesses a marriage with true love, both spouses become sources of comfort and tranquility for each other. They find peace in one another's presence, knowing that their relationship is built on the foundation of shared faith and mutual respect. This love encourages patience during difficult times and fosters forgiveness when mistakes are made. It inspires each partner to be their best selves and to support the other's spiritual and personal growth. True love, therefore, is a partnership that helps both individuals draw closer to Allah. This blessed love also comes with responsibilities. It means fulfilling the rights and duties prescribed in Islam, such as kindness, honesty, and maintaining good character. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The best of you are those who are best to their wives." Tirmidhi. This teaching highlights that love in marriage is expressed through actions, through gentle words, thoughtful deeds, and sincere care, not just feelings. When love is based on such principles, it becomes enduring, able to withstand the tests and trials of life. Moreover, Allah's blessing in marriage protects the couple from harm and strengthens their bond. It is a mercy that softens hearts, allows for compromise, and helps spouses to navigate differences with wisdom and compassion. This divine love is unlike worldly love because it is not self-centered. Instead, it seeks the well-being of the other and strives for mutual happiness in this life and the hereafter. True love blessed by Allah is also free from unrealistic expectations. It understands that no spouse is perfect and that every relationship requires effort, communication, and patience. This perspective helps couples avoid disillusionment and encourages them to work through difficulties with faith and perseverance. They view challenges as opportunities to grow stronger together rather than reasons to give up. In such a marriage, love becomes a continuous journey rather than a destination. It is nurtured daily through kindness, gratitude, and a commitment to living according to Allah's guidance. The couple supports each other in fulfilling religious obligations, raising righteous children, and serving their community, making their union a source of barakah, blessing, for everyone around them. In summary, true love in a marriage blessed by Allah is a profound spiritual connection built on mercy, respect, and mutual growth. It is expressed through actions, patience, and sincere care, creating a partnership that brings peace to the hearts and draws both spouses closer to Allah. This kind of love transforms marriage into a sacred journey filled with blessings, trials, and triumphs that ultimately lead to eternal reward. May Allah bless you and guide you to a life filled with mercy, love, and tranquility.